Hey, welcome to another Path of Exile 2, and today we're going to talk about my plan for the build of 0.4 with the Druid release. I am planning to play Warrior on while we wait for the Druid, how the Druid works and how it works. Can it use shields or it cannot use shield? We don't know this, so we wanted to wait for that news. While we wait for that news, in this video, I will be explaining on how to level as a Warrior until you hit Endgame, until you hit mapping. And here my plan is to build this poison bleed resonating shield, and this build is good enough to handle tier 15 with 36% delirious 6 mod here. And you just hold resonating shield and you just walk like this, and everything should be dying. And I can show you like this. You just show a little bit of the sneak peek on how the build works and how it feels. And we're going to go to the leveling portions of this video. Now this build is not faster than 𝘸𝘸𝘸, but it does feel pretty good, and everything just explode. Basically you do this, and then when you see a rare, you just shield wall and then slam twice with resonating shield and everything dies like this. And this is basically what the build I'm going for the 0.4. I don't know how synergic this is with the Druid, but this feels pretty good, and it is pretty relatively easy to achieve this as well. It has no expensive item. You just have the shields and you're good to go. You shield and that's it. And the rest of the equipment is just defense. And the weapons, you don't need a good weapon. All you need is gain extra damage here, and then a level to your attack here, gain extra damage, extra physical damage like this, and then this level. That's it. That's all your weapons. That's what matters in your weapons, and you're pretty tanky, and you basically will not die unless you're AFK. You also can use a different amulet than this, the Defiance of Destiny I think it's called, but it's pretty expensive, so it's not really good for league start. Well, it's pretty good if you have money, but yeah. And basically this is what I'm going for. And let's go to the leveling section. So let me showcase one more thing. Here is the Abyss. If you want to see how it clears for the Abyss, if you are curious, you just hold your shield, you will not get stunned, you're pretty tanky, and you just explode everything. And this is not the top end of the build. This is probably like top mid game, like maybe 60-70% done to the max potential of 100%. So you can imagine how much better this build can get. Okay, for the leveling section, obviously you cannot pick Warrior. You can also pick the Druid, but I am not really sure how the Druid is gonna work, whether it can use a shield or not, so I am not taking a risk. I'm waiting until the announcement, which is tomorrow, and after tomorrow we will be also recalculating on how we proceed with this. But for now, we're gonna stick with Warrior. We're gonna ascend as a Warbringer because we can bypass the cooldown of our Warcry, and it's gonna make your life so much easier. So level 1 to level 13. There is a tips here in the very beginning of the map. When you stranded on this shore over here, you can instantly dual wield your mace by clicking it out of your inventory, and then you respawn to checkpoint, and then when you run again, you will have two one-handed mace, and you can dual wield this to fight the bloater. I don't know what it's called actually. The boss at the first shore. I don't remember what his name is, and hopefully they don't fix this. Obviously it's broken, but if they don't fix this, thank God. But if they fix this, it's not a problem at all. You can just use one-handed mace and it will be fine as well. And in this leveling part, in this Act 1, part of Act 1, half, maybe 75% of Act 1, you are going to use Rolling Slam and Bone Shatter combo. And for bossing, you're gonna use your default attack combined with Infernal Cry in between. So how Rolling Slam and Bone Shatter works. Basically, you Rolling Slam, I don't know why I'm explaining this, but you Rolling Slam after you first slam, you do not continue the second slam, but after you roll slam, you animation cancel into Bone Shatter. Basically, one hit, and then the Bone Shatter is going to hit, and it will explode the entire group of mobs that you are currently fighting. However, with this combo, you can deal too much damage. How can you tell if you deal too much damage? Basically, when you roll the first time of your Rolling Slam and it either kills the enemy, well, if it kills the enemy, then you are dealing too much damage. If you do not see a prime effect or these white dots on the mob, then you are dealing too little damage. I suggest you, if you are dealing too much damage, you take off your glove or your ring that have flat damage on them, and then proceeds just like usual. If you're lacking damage, then you can go back to the vendor and find a better mace for you to use. And for skill gem, Rolling Slam is going to have Rage and Rapid attacks, and Bone Shatter is going to have Impact Shockwave. This is very, very important. The first support gems you want to pick is Impact Shockwave, because this will help you clear mobs a lot more faster. And then we also use Infernal Cry and basic attack just for bossing, and this is good enough. And your basic attack, you can get Rage and Rapid attacks support gems on them as well. And for its passive tree, the skill tree, you want to go to the Blood Rush, which increase your skill speed by 6%, and the smaller node will increase your skill speed by 3%. This will not seem much, but it is actually pretty good. It will make your Rolling Slam feel faster, Bone Shatter feel faster, so less chance that you are going to die and more chance you're going to kill the enemy first. And that is level 1 to level 13. And now level 14 to level 21. In here you want to grab a shield, a strength shield. Don't forget, do not grab a hybrid strength in or strength dex shield. You want pure strength shield because this has the most armor, and you want as much armor as possible in the shield. It doesn't matter does it have resistance or not, you just care that it has a lot of armor. This is very important. And in level 14 to level 21, we immediately swap to Resonating Shield with the support gem of Rage and Rapid attacks. This Resonating Shield will be replacing Rolling Slam because it is much safer and it is just better feels overall. We also still using Bone Shatter, so you Resonating Shields until you see these white dots on the enemy, and then you Bone Shatter them, and it's just beautiful. Everything just die. And for bossing, it is still the same. We're still using Infernal Cry and basic attack to kill the boss, and this is good enough, and this is just so good you won't even believe it. It's so good. This basic attack with Infernal Cry, it just feels really good. And for the passive tree, you want to grab these Warcry nodes as early as possible because this is very important. If you do not pick this, you will not do any damage. Like, I'm not even joking. So you kind of need this, so pick it up. And for level 22 to 31, now after you hit level 22, you want to swap to Shield Wall as soon as possible. So say if you're tier 7, well, basically the first tier 7 you're gonna pick is a Shield Wall because it's just so much better than any other skill. And the way you combo this is you want Shield Wall, Infernal Cry, Shield Charge, and Shockwave Totem. Shockwave Totem is gonna help you to clear with bossing. Shield Charge and Infernal Cry you combo into each other with Shield Wall to clear the waves that you are facing. Basically, you Shield Wall, you either Infernal Cry or Shield Wall, and then you Shield Charge into the Shield Wall to destroy the wall and kill all the enemies that are in front of you. And for the skill gem, you want rapid attacks, mana leech, and magnified area for shield wall for clearing, and you want to swap magnified area with concentrated area for bossing because you want to deal more damage. Now, the mana leech here, if you're comfortable switching this with any other support gem, then it is up to you. For me, I like to use mana leech because I do not want to worry about my mana while bossing or while clearing. So if I put mana leech here, I don't worry about my mana at all because my mana never ran out. And warrior, you know, it's not an end-based class, so it is gonna be pretty tight. You know, if you're a casual player like me, it's just very nice to have mana leech. And at this stage, the infernal cry, you want to put cooldown recovery on it because you want as much infernal cry as possible. And you also want to grab empowering node like focal empowerment, which is Warcries empowers an additional attack, admonizer, and bolstering yell, which is very good. And you also want to grab crushing verdict to get 50% attack damage, even though it reduces your attack speed by 5%, and it is worth it to take. Basically, from level 22 to level 31, you can use these skill combo, except if you ascend to Warbringer, then you can grab this ascendancy of War Colors below. Basically, it ignores the War Cries cooldown, so you can just spam shield wall, infernal cry, shield wall, infernal cry, and then your problem is going to go away. For bossing though, however, at this stage you're just attacking a little bit too slow, so you place shockwave first, infernal cry to empower your shield wall, and then when you place your shield wall, it's just going to explode and deals a lot of damage. This is basically for bossing, and it feels very comfortable with this combo. And don't forget, your armor, your shield needs to have as much armor as possible. The safest armor about 100. If you want to go crazy, if you are lucky and get 250 armor shield, you can basically just go through everything without upgrading your shield until Act 4. Yes, I'm not even joking. Until Act 4, if you have 250 armor shield, that's it. You're set. You're done. You don't need to do anything. Well, obviously, you need to get armor on your chest and your helmet and resistance on your ring and all of this stuff. But as long as you have a lot of armor on your shield, you are good to go. And from here now on, from level 32, basically this setup is not gonna change until you get to map or until you get a very good shield to be able to use resonating shield, and to be when your resonating shield deal enough damage to clear the mobs. Because at this stage, your resonating shield is shit. We use shield wall to clear everything. And from level 32, you will add fortifying cry beside infernal cry, and then you swap between them. And if you are ascending of Warbringer with War Colors below, you remember you do not worry about War Cry because the War Cry does not have a cooldown. However, if you are not ascending into Warbringer, for example, if you ascend into a Titan or you are playing a Druid, you can bypass this War Cry cooldown with Enraged War Cry, which unlocked at tier 4 support gems, which is on Act 4. On Act 4, you can unlock this support gem to basically bypass Warcry cooldown of using 20 rage. So you consume 20 rage to bypass Warcry cooldown, and then you are good to go. You can spam them in between Infernal Cry and Fortifying Cry. And however, this this spamming will only work unique bosses. So if it's not unique bosses, or it's only like one rare or a group of white mobs, you will not be able to swap in between them indefinitely. So you need to use shield charge for that. But for bossing, unique bosses, this Enraged Warcry, if you put both of them, you will be able to switch in between them without worrying about its cooldown. And that's pretty much it, guys, for the guide of this warrior. Hopefully this will help, and that's it. Once you hit level 32 all the way until mapping, you will not change a thing except your equipment. So that was guys video for today. Hopefully this video will find you helpful and help you to league start a warrior smoothly, because I've done this a lot of times and it's very smooth if every time. So yeah, hopefully this is helpful. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time, and goodbye. I can take you.